Welcome to the Two Blokes Chatting radio show on 94.7 The Pulse. Music, interviews, news, and, well, Two Blokes Chatting. Now, here are the Two Blokes.
Hey, it is 6 minutes past 10 o'clock. It's the Two Blokes Chatting radio show. Neil Butler here. He's Grant Bench because Rob's still in the car somewhere. And we've got a human being in the studio.
An actual live human being. This is exciting.
Yeah, normally Rob does his show with his pants off, but Grant's put his on today, which is so much better. Luke Outerbridge, g'day.
Hey, how you going?
Doing very well indeed. Now, you are officially now a friend of the show because it's your second crack at it.
Yes.
Once you've been here twice, you're a friend of the show, whether you like it or not. And we said that to Jeff Cox one day, and he said, no, I don't really like that.
No, what a privilege. No, thank you for having me back. That's great.
It's great to have you here. Now, we've got a million things to talk to you about, but let's kick off with the primary reason that we invited you in, and that is an organisation that you are part of, in fact, a very important part of, and that is an outfit called Right Mate.
Yes.
Talk to us a bit about that.
So, Right Mate was founded for... two blokes, just like this radio studio. Just like this radio studio. So, for those of you who didn't listen to my previous episode that I was here for,
I think what they meant was have had other things on your mind since, because of course they would have listened.
I know. Yes, of course. So, to refresh the minds
That's it.
Yes, all of that. I wanted to do something for men's mental health in Geelong after one of my friends needed a service like that. So I was reaching out to people and I said, this is what I want to do. I want to do something for the men of Geelong. And then one of my friends, she said, I've got someone in mind that wants to do something like that too. So reached out on Instagram, chucked a cheeky DM and said, hey, let's catch up. And we organised a catch up and I literally had to say, find me, I'm the bald bloke in the window at the cafe. So it's sort of like a blind date situation. So
7 blokes were approached first.
Yeah. So my co-founder Chris, he walked into the cafe, found me, I'm easy to spot, and then we just had a chat. And from there things have just started. So the Man Walk, which was Chris's great contribution, and we started the Man Walk, and we were just briefly chatting before, but we used to start at 7 a.m, which is a ridiculous time on a Saturday morning.
Yes, no, I used to do some running down there, which is also ridiculous, and I'd see these group of men going, what are they doing? You know, they're walking at 7 o'clock, and it is actually a great thing to see that it was basically just... I think there was about a dozen blokes just talking.
Yeah. The concept was simple. It's just meet at a designated point at the same time every week and go for a walk. It'd last an hour, but the first walk we ever did, it was cold, dark, raining sideways. Chris and I were shivering in the corner going, we don't know if anyone's going to show up to this. But sure enough, we had 10 attendees that morning and we knew that we were onto something good. So we started that, and then that was in 2019, and then COVID happened.
Ugh.
So the format there was go for a walk first and meet back at Orchid & now it's called Orchid & Co. We'd meet up there and have a coffee. But COVID changed that because we couldn't sit inside the cafe. So we started with a takeaway coffee at 8 a.m. when they opened, and then went for a walk and finished at 9 a.m. Much better time. Much better format, and we've kept it ever since.
Is there any way you have to be a member? Yeah, you have to be a member of the club, or you just open?
Not at all. Anyone can, any bloke can rock up, and usually, sometimes we put out there that we open it up for the whole Geelong community. Right. So, we have special walks where everyone is involved, and it's not to segregate for the men, but it's just a support service for blokes, because we find that blokes can open up more and have a more genuine conversation when it is just blokes around. So
because I think I used to be heavily involved in Auskick, right?
Yep.
And the thing that was really great about Auskick was the 200 people that would turn up. But the really bad thing was you spent most of Monday night, Tuesday night and Wednesday night getting stuff organised. It sounds a bit to me like at 10 to 8, you go, well, I better go and get organised for Right Mate, because there is no prep. And that's the beauty of it, isn't it? Mm-hmm. You don't need to waste, in inverted commas, a whole lot of time preparing. It's just get there, talk.
Yeah. Just get there, rock up. Most of our coffees are sponsored now, which is amazing. We have great services like Walker Safety Services. They sponsor a majority of our coffees. Connectel, they're the same, and Community Care Chemists. They all just chuck out and they sponsor the coffee, so blokes can rock up and get a free coffee. Like this morning, we had the blokes rocking up, and they don't have to pay for the coffees. Which, if you compound how much it would cost for blokes to rock up every week and have a coffee, you're spending a lot of money, especially in this time in life where interest rates are rising, and again this week. It's not affordable to enjoy those delicacies.
And not being a professional in this field, I would have thought though that that's an ideal trigger for people needing to talk to each other.
Yeah.
So, in fact, I can't afford to go and talk to someone about the fact I can't afford anything is a real barrier, I would have thought. If it's a free coffee, hey, why not? It might be a draw card, in fact.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It also seems to me too that like with Parkrun, you could, there's no pressure on how far you need to walk, how you can walk in two little groups if you need to.
Yeah. Like it's a 4-kilometre walk. And if you're one of the blokes out there that have joined us on our walk before, we have changed our format slightly. We used to do the Eastern Beach stairs, all like 70 stairs. Yeah. That's a lot. It's a lot, and we've changed the format where we have accessible routes. We have a gentleman that joins us now. He's on an electric wheelchair. So, it's all accessible, and it's 4Ks, lasts an hour. It's not too much of a strenuous walk. So, it's...
I think if you're on the treadmill, I think an hour is you normally do 6Ks in an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's considered a walk. So it's a leisurely walk, isn't it? It's not.
Yeah.
So you could be 85 and still be keeping up.
Yep.
That's great news for Rob.
I think Rob might be able to do it. Pity he's busy on a Saturday morning.
This is the great thing when your co-host is in a car.
Yeah.
And
he's listening and he can't do anything.
Well, he can text us, but we have to choose whether to read it or not.
Yeah.
I believe it's also turned from the Man Walk. You also have dinner arrangements as well.
Yes, yeah. So part of the Right Mate initiatives that we're putting out, we do have a dinner that happens once a month, and we just pick a venue around Geelong that we go to, just organise a time. Usually we try and find the special nights of Geelong. Like, we love a steak night, so
Palmer and Pot.
Yeah, Palmer and Pot. Yeah, rock up for a nice cheap eat. But it's good. Like, we're getting support of a lot of venues, and we've got a venue that I'm chatting to at the moment, and we'll release it on our socials when it's all confirmed. But yeah, they're so excited to host us that they'll give us our own special night. Like, they'll prepare a Palmer and Pot deal just for us.
Yeah.
So that's great. It's great that venues are getting behind us to do these initiatives.
Yeah. Because I think, obviously with COVID, one of the things that's been clear with COVID is people have become much more isolated.
Yep.
And then to go into somewhere that's unfamiliar, okay, come on. I'm the tall bald bloke in the corner of a cafe I've never been to.
Yeah.
It's really intimidating.
Yeah.
But we're always at the XYZ pub.
Yeah.
It's a safe space, isn't it? People feel it's like a bit like their lounge room.
Yeah, and a lot of the blokes do they know that they're there, and like it's a real support network for those blokes, and it's good to see little activities stemming from that. So I know a lot of the blokes who usually talk about fishing trips that they're trying to organise amongst themselves. It's not a Right Mate thing. It's just blokes that have just met each other and they want to go out and get on a boat and go fishing, something they wouldn't do by themselves. So
yeah. I think we're one of the things that has become evident in the last 50 years that I can remember, that the acceptance of blokes talking to each other is now not only accepted, but it's encouraged. And there's an ad, I reckon I was about 18 when it came out, where two blokes are obviously going to the urinal, standing next to each other, and the bloke goes, yeah. And that's all they were saying, and that was very much the conversation topic. And it's clear that talking and expressing feelings and being vulnerable and all those sorts of things that were really tough for blokes 50 years ago is now very much accepted. And groups like yours are obviously making that accessible.
Yeah. It's we posted on our socials. It's probably a month ago now. It was a powerful video brought out by one of the soccer teams in England, I think it was, and it was two blokes.
Chatting?
No, they weren't. They weren't chatting, and that was the thing. It was they were sitting in a stadium. It was visibly in a stadium, and one bloke was like, "Oh, how was your week?" And the other bloke was like, "Oh, yeah." And you could visibly see from the camera that he was struggling. And then they'd still be sitting there, and the background would change, still in the stadium the next week, and they'd still having a chat, and he was visibly anxious, and he wasn't doing well, and it got me because it was a good reminder that you really need to check in on your mates and make sure that they're like, it's the hey, how you going? Yeah, good, thanks. It's like try and go beyond that.
Yes.
Yeah,
Or, I'm really busy.
yeah.
Busy is now a state of health, apparently. How are you? Busy.
Yeah.
It's the response, isn't it, that everyone does?
Yeah. In the past week, I'm the massive culprit of that. I was in Brisbane on the weekend. I've just got back from Sydney. My wife's gone to Thailand for 5 weeks on Monday, and I'm like, gosh, I have been really busy.
But it's okay to be busy. But if that's the response to how are you?
Yeah.
And I've got a theory, and it's completely unfounded and unresearched. So therefore, ideal fodder for this program. That if we were, it's sort of chicken and the egg. A long time ago, when I was a boy, my mum and dad used to always say, if someone asks you how you are, you'd say, I'm very well, thank you. Right? Now it has become the thing to say I'm busy as a badge of honour. And if it wasn't for that transition that seems to have occurred, I think the "Are you okay?" days would be less important, because we actually feel okay to say, "Oh, actually, I'm struggling a bit at the minute," or I'm not feeling all that flash today," or whatever. This badge of honour, particularly in the corporate world, where you go, "How are you?" "Oh, I'm busy." Get in the lift, people, "Oh, okay, there you go, mate." "Yeah, busy."
Yeah.
If you don't say you say, "Actually, I'm a bit light on this week,"
Yeah.
you'll be inundated with requests for work.
Yeah.
I think that the great thing about Right Mate, and the reason we keep in touch, is it's kind of like, are you okay every day? And if someone comes up to me and says, "Are you okay?" my response may be, "Well, of course I'm okay. Nick off, stop asking dumb questions."
Yeah.
Whereas on a Saturday morning, going for a coffee, "How's your week been?" Yeah, it's been, it's less confronting, I guess.
Yeah, because it's the hour walk, and you sort of elaborate on the conversation. Like, you elaborate on the, "Are you okay?" "Yeah, I'm good, thanks." You do elaborate on it, and Chris is great at doing this tip. It's getting people to try and elaborate on the "Are you okay?" It's let's talk about it. And I think it's 10 seconds or a minute. You try and get someone else to talk. You just don't say anything, and they need to fill in that time. And usually they'll open the can of beans on themselves and really express how they are. And that's a great barrier breaker, and to really find out.
Doesn't work on radio.
No, it doesn't work on radio because
Look at each other.
everyone's going to be sitting in their cars or sitting at home going, "Why is it silent?" We'll just flip the station.
Worst of all, there's a thing up on the wall that says if for whatever reason it goes silent in here,
Yes.
the transmitter kicks into something different.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. So that's not going to work.
So you've got your man walk and
Yeah.
the dinner. What other events are you looking to do in the future?
We've got a dinner coming up shortly. Actually, it's November 23rd at 6 p.m. at the Geelong Hotel. So if you feel like popping along, by all means, come along. Just for numbers' sake, we do have an RSVP on our Facebook page. If you're not on Facebook, send us an email. We'll add you to the list. It's just so we don't mark up the venue and their numbers. Like, we don't want to say, "Oh, there's 15 people here and 5 people show up." Like,
Or vice versa.
Or vice versa.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's just try and get our numbers.
Yeah.
Sorted. So yeah, we've got the dinner coming up shortly. That's great. We're also speaking at the Geelong Community Engagement Night with Dads in Distress. So Chris and I will be speaking on the panel there. So that's at the Geelong Library and Heritage Centre on Thursday, November 16th. So just coming up
this week. Yep.
Yeah, so 6:30, 8:30. Again, if you can jump on our Facebook page, find the appropriate posts and RSVP there. We'll just be having a chat. And I'll add to this because a lot of people might have seen the name, but I'm not trained, and I'm not a professional in this area. So I'm just a bloke that just wants to encourage men talking to each other and community engagement and connection. So
Actually, that's a good point, because some people may be put off by coming thinking I'm going to be
analysed
and
grilled.
and have to expand on anything. But
Yeah.
if you can see somebody's not comfortable,
Yeah.
you'll just gently.
Yeah. I'm not gonna be analysing you on anything or be like, oh yep, put it in my black book or whatnot. No, I'm just here. I'm just a casual guy that just wants to to help out. And both of us, Chris and I, we're not professionals. It's not our day job. We don't get paid for any of this. Like, yeah, I've got to work extra hard in the other jobs.
He's busy in his other jobs.
Why does that ring a bell with me for some reason? It'll surprise people to know we're not paid to do this either.
Yeah. But yeah, we just want to help out.
Yeah, and I think it's a really important message. And I think the other thing is too that came out of the last conversation that we had, that we are now refreshing people because they would have listened, of course.
Yes,
is,
yeah. It was so long ago.
That's right. This is not about coming along and talking about mental health. It's about coming along and talking about life and being with people, which is going to improve your mental health, you would expect.
Yeah. The best thing, we're at an event just the other week, and we were talking about the man walk, and someone opened up in a perspective that I've never thought of before. It's they said if they're lonely for the week, so let's just say they feel a bit of loneliness on the Tuesday or Wednesday, it'll go through Thursday, Friday. They look at the man walk and they go, I know I can catch up with someone on the Saturday. I know there is a group there that'll be there religiously every Saturday at 8 a.m. at Orchid & Co. and I can go along and catch up with at least someone there. And it's sort of...
That does make you feel better. Absolutely.
It makes the week easier for them. And I heard that and I'm like, I didn't look at that from that perspective. But yeah, that's
Well,
people plan their...
It's a reliability thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's good that people see the service. It's simple. Like, gosh, it's just a walk around the waterfront for an hour.
Yeah.
But it means that they can show up there and get a free coffee.
Even better.
It's good coffee there too, actually. I've been there. Yeah.
No, they're good. They're good guys.
Yeah. No, I think it's an extraordinarily good thing to do. And I think sometimes the most simple things are the best.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if we said, right, be there at 8 o'clock and at 8:15 we'll do this, and then at 8:25, this is, it sounds like my running share, but this is, this is going to happen and that's going to happen. And people, I've just been at work all week. All I want to do is sit down and have a coffee. Well, that's effectively what you're doing, isn't it? Except you're getting up and walking around doing it.
Yeah. And 4Ks, like, it's a nice little get out of the house and enjoy the... Yes, if it is raining, we will call it and we'll go inside the cafe and have the coffee there.
And walk around the tables.
Yeah, we could. Yeah. But there'll still be something and someone there. That's what we'll be doing.
And are you easily identifiable apart from the fact there's 15 blokes standing around a circle? Like,
Well,
you
look,
got a blue hat on.
you can see me. I'll be the bald one.
Maybe that's a good point, that there isn't shirts and things, that it's just blokes catching up.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we do. Neil, who's the
Good name.
the current ambassador for Man Walk Geelong. So we've passed the reins on to Neil. He's there majority of the weeks. I'm there majority of the weeks too. But he'll be wearing a Man Walk cap, a black one with the white writing on the front of it. So yeah, you'll be able to see him. I used to wear a yellow beanie. That's how I started out. It was like, all right, yep, yellow. Look for the yellow beanie, and gosh, when you get into summertime, that's got to come
Do you know
off.
if there's other man walks in Victoria or around Australia?
Yes, there is. So one has started from Man Walk Geelong. So if you can jump on, like, Man Walk isn't our brainchild. It was founded by Mark Burns in Kiama. He wanted just to go for a walk and invited blokes along. Invited his mates along. Sure enough, it got a bit of traction, and then other people adapted the model. There's one in Torquay. A great group of blokes down there, and it started because two blokes joined our walk and went, I'm from Torquay. Let's start one in Torquay.
Yeah.
And they're doing a great job. They're doing activities and stuff as well outside of the Man Walk. So yeah, if you're in the Torquay region, there's one there. There's us. There'll be a lot of others around the region, wherever you're listening from. Jump on the Man Walk website. They'd have a list of all the Australian and international walks that are going on. So
It's a bit like parkrun.
Only a walk.
Yeah.
In slow motion.
I might join the walk. Sounds much easier. I'll get a coffee as well.
Yeah, but you can't collect your badges and
And I don't have to wear these silly socks.
Yeah. They're good socks, aren't they? This is the worst thing about being on radio, that no one gets to see Grant's socks.
Well, They're not. We don't wear those socks on.
Yeah.
But
On
can
the
you,
main
if you're about to go on park run, could you come and have the coffee? Then no.
Oh, look, you can exploit our coffee if you want.
I just want other people to see those socks.
Yeah,
That's what
yeah,
it's about.
we'll
Luke,
get a photo up somewhere.
the work you are doing along with Chris and the team is just extraordinarily important stuff. And people who are listening, there you will have just out of it. You said there's an older guy. What's the age range you got?
Oh, look, anyone. So we used to have a kid that came along. He was 16 years old. Used to catch the bus down and go on the walk.
Okay.
And so you could be 16. You could be 18.
Rob's age.
Yeah. Or you could be older. Like anyone.
No one's
age.
older than Rob. See, he's not here. We can bag him. So thank you for dropping in. I know that you've been busy. And the other thing too, a couple of weeks ago we tried to get you and Chris here, and you were down at one of the local cricket clubs doing stuff. So that's really good as well, that you're getting out and effectively ambassadoring, which is fabulous. All voluntary. And so, folks, the Facebook page, they just look for Right Mate Geelong.
Yeah, just Right Mate. Yeah,
just Right Mate, okay.
Yeah, jump on our Facebook. A lot of our information is pushed out on our website, rightmate.org.au. We do very soon. I'll announce it here. Ta-da! We've got coffee cups. So we've partnered from Fresco in Melbourne. We've bought off them, but they've put our logo on these coffee cups.
Nice.
So they'll be for sale soon on our website. Just looking at a more green perspective, because if you get 15 blokes rocking up each week for a coffee, that's 60 coffee cups in a month that we're using from Orchid & Co. So let's get the keep cups. Oh, not keep cup. We can't call that. But
reusable cups.
The reusable cup.
Yep.
We're going to get everyone's name who buys and put their name on it, because imagine 15 blokes rocking up each week with the same coffee cup. I don't think you're going to get yours back. So so we're going to be launching that soon for sale on our website. It's just passively just selling them on. Yeah, so that'll be good. But if you want any more information, our Facebook page and our Instagram pages are the best quick information sources.
Yep.
And our website as well. You can catch up on stuff there.
The thing I like going to the web page first is because presumably there's links to your socials there.
Yes, there is. Yeah.
And if you've got an organisation like Right Mate, you could find there's 75 Right Mates across the world. At least that way, if you go to the website first, you can click and go through to them. So www.rightmate, R-I-G-H-T, mate.org.au.
That's correct. Yep.
Luke, our hats come off, if we had them, to you and Chris and the team for what you're doing. It's a really important thing, and we are so pleased to be part of, albeit a very small part of the conversation. It's a really important thing. Folks, if you have a man in your life, or if you are indeed a man, and you're doing it a bit tough at the minute, give these guys a go. Get down to Orchid & Co. That's on the corner of Mallup and Garden.
It's on the corner of... Yes...
It's
right as the entrance.
It's just near the gardens.
It's just the entrance of the gardens. Yeah, I think it's Mallup.
Yeah, so
it is Mallup. Yeah,
where Mallup runs out and hits the gardens.
Yeah, it's
on that corner.
Sort of that funny little.
It's had about 17 different names over the journey.
Yeah,
that's the one.
Yeah.
So get down there Saturday morning, 8:00.
Yeah, 8:00 we meet. So there's that. And as I mentioned before, we've got our dinner coming up on November 23rd, Geelong Hotel, 6 p.m. Come along to the community engagement night for Dads in Distress. November 16th, 6:30, 8:30. We've also got one of our committee members. He's doing a barbecue on International Men's International Men's Day on Sunday the 19th of November. So if you want a barbecue, free barbecue, rock up to the Barrable Hill Centre at 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. Have a chat. Jamie Hobbs, he's one of our committee members. He'll be hosting a little barbecue down there. So
you can get a sausage without having to buy a screwdriver or a garden vacuum.
Yeah,
how good's that?
I know. Yeah, exactly.
Because whenever I go to get a sausage at that other place, I always end up with a tool to bring home and have to do some work. It's not a good thing.
And a house plant that you'll never look after. Yes, I know the drill.
Luke Outerbridge, thank you so much for coming and talking to us today, and all the very best with the work you're doing.
No, thank you very much. Thanks for having me. It's been a pleasure to come on again, and I'm glad I'm friends of the show.
That's it.